Hello and welcome to Hello and welcome to Rotted Reviews, and today I'm taking a patron request, this time coming from Nikki, who wanted me to watch and review Season 2, Episode 2 of Inside Number 9, the episode titled The 12 Days of Christine. For those of you unfamiliar with the British show Inside Number 9, it is a show that was created by Steve Pemberton and Reese Shearsmith. And the best way I can really put it, I mean, that's actually, this is an interesting conversational topic, because one thing that I've found is when discussing Inside Number 9, it's a difficult thing for people to kind of summarize, to nail down. And the best way that I can really put it is it's a bit like Black Mirror light. It doesn't take the soul out of you necessarily, but it does deal with horror and drama and so forth, oftentimes with a dark humor type of lens. Every story is unique, every story is different, with different casts, different characters, different themes, different tones even. And really the only thing that kind of binds them together is the number 9. Oftentimes the setting will take place in apartment number 9 or at a house at address number 9, things like that. So in this particular episode of the 12 Days of Christine, we indeed go to flat number 9, where we get introduced to the character of Christine, played by Sheridan Smith, as she takes a man home from a costume party. He's dressed up like a firefighter. They're just out for a snog and so forth, and trying to duck her somewhat uptight roommate of Fung, played by Stacey Liu. And after a brief moment of interaction between the two, we have a bit of a transitionary cut that obviously seems to go forward in time. And that's kind of the nature of this episode, is we get these snippets of Christine's life as she progresses slowly through the future, through hallmark moments of her life, including with this man of Adam, played by Tom Riley, as they get married, have a child together, so on and so forth. And periodically, some odd things will start happening. At one point, she receives a gift from an old boyfriend, like back when she was 12, 13 years old, who is now just sending her something out of the blue. And then fast forward in time and come to find out from her mother,
such a shame. He died when he was just 16.
And oftentimes these events on their own are kind of shrugged off and move on with the next phase, but collectively they do kind of start to add up to a fair bit, and therein lies the mystery of this episode. So overall, I found this to be a very hauntingly beautiful and melancholy story, and I enjoyed it a lot. It's going to be a little bit tricky to talk about without getting into spoilers, but I'm going to do my best. I'm going to keep this spoiler free. But I'm going to kind of use some soft language to kind of get around some things. If you manage to draw your own conclusions successfully, I apologize for that. But what I will say about this is that the core concept of actually what was going on through this episode was something that I found to be not terribly original. But that's okay. We don't always have to watch something brand new. Sometimes it can be worth it just to watch something that is taking an old concept and putting it through a different lens or through a different angle, or just telling it extraordinarily well. And I think that the 12 Days of Christine really falls under the latter camp. I think for me, there were a few blatantly obvious hints as to what was going on that had me kind of realize the nature of the mystery a bit earlier than the reveal might have wanted. Most notably the fact that sometimes there were some odd sequences that just simply cut away from, and the fact that there were no follow-ups, consequences, or ramifications. It just simply cut to the next scene was kind of a little bit telling for me. But even so, I really enjoyed the hell out of this. This definitely broke my heart, and I found myself welling up in the moments of the climactic reveals and resolutions towards how the story was going to go. I found myself actually getting really attached to the character of Christine, despite the fact that I was only seeing her in little snippets of her life, and that is, I would attribute to the writing of Steve Pemberton and Reese Shearsmith, as well as the performance by Sheridan Smith. All together just kind of brought it home. It's kind of an interesting concept, as far as giving snippets of somebody's life as they age and progress and go through these milestones that aren't always the happiest things in the world, having to go through, happy moments as well as the disillusion of happy moments. Brings a certain level of sadness, but also a certain level of completionist aspects to life. You can't have light without the dark and so on. And that holds very true for somebody that we're actually just watching. I'm actually going to just stop right there because I actually tried about 4 times to continue on with that thought process, and I really couldn't find a way to do it without giving up the ball game. So I'm just going to leave it there and just say that this was a very hauntingly beautiful episode. I do heartily recommend it. I recommend the whole show. I've seen several episodes, by no means all of them, but I'm really actually kind of glad that this is one that I had not yet seen because it gave me the opportunity to do a first watch for this review, and I'm very grateful for that. It was just an absolute delight. I can't recommend it enough. Inside Number 9 is a fantastic show. Some episodes are obviously, I mean, just like any show, are a bit more miss than hit, but overall, I would have to say that it's clever writing. It's oftentimes very funny with its dark humor. It can also rip your soul out. And it's like, just to kind of bookend things, I don't think that this is on the same emotional level as Black Mirror, but it's kind of treading through the same water, perhaps just a little bit more in the shallow end. And that's not a knock on Inside Number 9. That's more just a testament to how deep Black Mirror goes. So anyway, yes, I do recommend it. Please go watch it. It's a great show. It's a great episode of a great show. And there you go. So that should about do it. That's my review of Season 2, Episode 2 of Inside Number 9, The 12 Days of Christine. Thank you so much for watching this video. I do hope you enjoyed it. And thank you to Nikki for recommending this one to me. Please have yourselves a great day and a great week. I'll talk to you soon on my next video. Remember, next time you want to watch a horror movie, first make sure that it's good and rotted.